Good morning. Happy February 6th. This is Shale Day. And at the wee hours of the morning, I really would like to talk about some things that really stand out. And I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but this is just kind of strange, but not so strange. I mean, there is a such thing as hell on earth, and sometimes it's a mental state, but I've noticed that, a lot of things that are akin to demonic environments where demons would be very comfortable being present in these types of environments would be situations where, in a lot of metropolitan areas, the public transit is deplorable. It's, absolutely disgusting. It smells horrible. A lot of us, we wore masks because of COVID, and now we wear masks if we just so happen to have to catch public transportation because we don't want to inhale the fumes and maybe start the second pandemic from an unknown, disease that has something to do with just like the horrible, odious, toxic, nauseous scents. So I've been noticing, like a huge contrast between when I was growing up in the 90s and what's going on currently in this present day and age, especially with something so silly as like a balloon floating. The balloon got more press than the issues at hand in this country. The balloon itself is an issue because we don't really know a lot of details as to why the balloon was here. We're learning that there's a duplicitous nature to even the most innocuous things here in the United States of America, including our own government, which, is a lot more comfortable actually fighting amongst themselves. The color purple never has a dull moment. They're just unsavory siblings, to say the least. But I remember there was a time when you would be on like a bus or a rail, and if it smelled bad, people would have something to say about that. They weren't so used to bad smells and deplorable situations where there's fecal matter, blood, urine, trash, food, clothing, just crack pipes, just absolute rotten filth. They were not gonna sit and settle in that. And now it's like, they don't even bat an eye at it. Like, it's like that was always like just the normal. But you got to think of it, because this is actually spiritual. This is actually a part of the spiritual warfare that manifests in the physical, these deplorable hell-like demonic sort of representations right in front of us. And if you are a disciple of Christ, it's intolerable, but you come in love and peace. And so, our Lord has a lot of influence and power. He created the whole shebang. So he already knows everything that's going on, all the way down to the plans that in the childlike idiocracy of the enemy. So it's a little bit difficult because we have a little bit more sensibilities. Like, what's that saying? They say cleanliness is next to godliness, and so we like things to be tidy and clean because there's peace in that. When there's filth, there's division, chaos, confusion. These are not things of God at all. They're not. They're disgusting. And recognizing that this is what we're dealing with. Like, the spiritual warfare is intensifying. There's a lot more verbal and physical assaults that are occurring just at a mass level. Like, this was only stuff that they would really highlight in the news media, and now it's actually things that we are physically experiencing, and seeing a lot more than usual. It's still not the majority of things, but it's increased substantially enough to where it's taken itself off the screen and has made its way in real life, like IRL. So just be careful out there. Something's got to give. It's really disgusting. And I'm so glad I don't have kids. Can you imagine, you don't have a car, and your only mode of transportation is you taking your brood with you on the rail and the buses, and your baby drops the pacifier on the ground and there's like foot flakes and shit, maybe even like just necrotized body parts, because the drug addiction thing has gotten out of control too. Like, I get it, like we all suffered mentally the pandemic, but there's got to be some accountability. We can't just go, oh, willy-nilly, like, okay, F it, and we're just going to go into the drugs now because like we're all unwell. You got to start somewhere. You got to hold people accountable for something, because this is a show that I've canceled first 30 seconds in the season. So I'm not sticking around for the rest of the show. So with that said, this has been Shay All Day. We're moving into Monday. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you guys at another point in time whenever something arises on top of my mind. Cheers.